What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are the Normies, and we just saw The Batman. Robert Pattinson, directed by Matt Reeves.
It's Robert Pattinson, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was, I guess I would describe it as a detective noir horror western movie, if I had to put different genres into it.
You had to put horror in there? I don't think there was any horror.
There was
Just
horror.
a little bit. Just a little
It was
bit.
kind of supposed to be a little
It was a little bit like Seven was an inspiration for the
Yeah,
director.
Jaws 7.
100%.
Yeah.
I give it more like suspense thriller kind of a deal because he played the bad guy was a good psycho, like believable. Oh my God, someone could really be this crazy out there. That's a fucking problem.
I got Seven vibes and Zodiac vibes.
Yeah, it was
Definitely
based
Zodiac.
Seven, I think, was based off the Zodiac killer.
What's the one with
well.
Jake Gyllenhaal's the photographer? That he's
Nightcrawler.
Like, yeah,
Nightcrawler.
That was
kinda
a
felt
bit,
like
that's
that.
an underrated
A little
movie.
bit of that too, yeah.
So we're gonna be, by the way, going in depth with spoilers. So right now, just know that we've given our short opinion on it. We enjoyed it. We liked it a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're gonna be going kind of plot detail by plot detail and just kind of covering what we thought of the movie. Won't be as in depth as Spider-Man, but we're gonna try to hit all the points. And I guess let's just start with overall what we all thought of the movie, and then kind of go break down. I enjoyed it a lot. Thought it was a little bit long, but overall, the blending of all those different genres, Robert Pattinson, the music, the atmosphere, it was really well done. It was a well done movie.
I love thrillers, psychological thrillers, like mystery movies or books. So this was perfect, up in my alley. I haven't seen a Batman like this for a while. It really reminded me of animated series of Batman, where we actually have a mystery where we're trying to solve it. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. There were some scenes here and there we can go in depth, but yeah, I think overall for DC movie, I had super low expectation. I really enjoyed it.
Not even like that I had low expectation. Well, yeah, I did because it was Robert Pattinson at first. And I was hating it at first. Yeah, but like legit, there was no moment in that movie where I thought about Robert Pattinson. Like it was legit, this is Bruce Wayne and that's Batman. And his fight scenes look nice. The sound, like you said, like the music was amazing.
Yeah.
Do have a couple little things. Like with the length of the movie, I thought some things that I saw early would get changed by the end kind of thing. So yeah, we can go in depth about that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I didn't have low expectations. I kind of actually had high expectations.
Oh.
Just because this Batman was supposed to be better than what's that? Ben Affleck Batman. I guess like this was supposed to like avenge it.
I mean, every
So-
Batman's supposed to be better than the previous Batman.
You know,
but-
so I thought because like the Affleck Batman didn't get that much hype versus the before like the but what was his name?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Dude, he's
so
always
yeah,
been
I mean he's Batman. To in my eyes, he's Batman.
Feel that.
But Robert Pattinson, when I first watched saw him in the Batman, so I'm like, man, I don't know if I like this. But then he grew on to me. Like he actually I guess his character development grew. So I guess he grew on to me, and I'm like, okay, this is Batman. I didn't think it was great. Like, wow, oh my God, I want to see it again. Or I didn't think it was horrible. I think it was just good. You know, it was.
Were your expectations met?
No, because the first Batman I watched, which was the Christian Bale one, I had to watch it again immediately. This one did not make me want to do that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I really enjoyed the music, how they would bring in like the shrieking violins for like the big crescendos. Although they really beat Ave Maria over the head in every single like musical. But it was central to the story, so it made sense why they did it. But
I like how they did that they did the redux.
Oh,
of it
in
at the
every
end.
single one there was some kind of Ave Maria redux.
You sure you weren't confusing the main theme? Because that was more Empire.
No. There were bits of Ave Maria all throughout that movie. There were bits of Ave Maria. But it was really good. I think a lot of people are going to see this and be like, oh, Robert Pattinson has finally shed his Edward Cullen image. But, like, he's been shed that shit. It's just he hasn't done, like, a lot of mainstream movies since then. I think he did a really, really good job. And I enjoyed it. It was, I don't think I'll probably watch it again, or if I do, it'll be in the background. And I think that's due to just the length of the movie, not because it wasn't, like, worth watching. I think my favorite part was probably Colin Farrell as Penguin. That was like he's not in it as much as I thought he would be, but I think they're kind of teeing him up for a show or something, but I really enjoyed everybody's performances. What's the actor's name of the place? Falcone. He's
God, John Turturro.
Yeah, he's good.
What else
great.
He's been in like Transformers, Mr.
Yeah.
Deeds. He's like
He
the
just-
typical comedy actor.
He was always like a bit of B character, C character, but like this one, he was really good.
no
Character. Bro, he's like a B character. He a
John
B character.
Turturro is a fucking veteran, dog.
Bro, he a B character in movies. He a B character.
He usually plays like that
Maybe
kind of
now.
role.
Like
but
he a background role. He ain't not the main role.
I've never seen him be menacing before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he played a good villain. It was weird watching him like choke a woman.
Yeah.
It's weird that people still live in Gotham City, really, but you know.
Seriously, guys, leave Gotham City.
It's not a shithole. This movie did a good job of showing that.
Yeah.
A couple things is what Pat said as far as like this is his Batman. I don't know why it hit me like today or during the movie all of a sudden, because I should have been making this comparison all along. But all these superhero movies, when they remake them and they cast new actors, it is like Bond films. If you want to like compare it to that, like people are saying Sean Connery's my Bond or Pierce Brosnan's my Bond, Daniel Craig.
Just like
Christian
Doctor.
Bale's our Batman that we grew up on, even though I saw the Tim Burton films as well, and I like Val Kilmer,
Val Kilmer.
George Clooney. But, yeah, so
With
you
the
can have your
card.
preference, but I think it was a solid chapter. Like I still love the Dark Knight trilogy, and I think Christian Bale is still my Batman too. But this is such a solid outing for the character.
Yeah, he's supposed to be. He's 2 years into Batman in this.
Yeah.
One, right. So I mean, it's still young Batman, which it was. Well, I guess for Christian Bale, we saw the birth of it. So, 2 years in though, and he's figuring out this shit. He's going through a lot of his darkness still. He's not Ben Affleck's Batman yet.
I thought he was great as Edward Cullen, so
Yeah,
You
I'm
watched
like,
all the Twilight?
You don't need to shed that
Yeah.
image.
You know
That
he
peacoat, bro.
you know he openly regrets those movies, right?
Why are you serious? Why? That put him on the map.
I think he just
No.
regrets dating Kristen.
No. He
She's
like
great, by the way. No,
I like
no,
her
he would
actress.
clown Twilight in interviews.
For real?
Like he
That's
openly
but
was like
that gave him a story.
But I think his character was great. I think Twilight in general has its own mixed bags of things.
Yeah, it's.
But I as Robert Pattinson, I grew up in as Cedric Diggory, so just seeing him as Batman, and he had the body for like he built up, so I could see him as a Batman. I think he did a really great job. I think now I can move past him being like Edward Cullen. I hated him.
He was toned, right? He wasn't like super built.
No, he was.
But he was
skinny.
weirdly
Slender and toned.
Yeah, he was.
he was skinny and toned, but at the same time, like his posture was very like
Bat Bill.
He was very-
bad build.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was like a
he's
bit
a
of bad
recluse. Got a
build.
big back.
Exactly. Like you could see like just wings growing or something. Like he was really crouched over. He wasn't like standing up straight and walking. Like the
He
way
didn't
he
have a
was
big
walking.
chest.
I
No, he had a bigger
No.
back than
Yeah, he had a
chest.
bigger back.
Bigger
Yeah,
back and shoulders.
it's just the way he walked. Was like, dude, you're not owning the room.
He looks like he could do pull-ups for an hour.
Hey, well, actually, he owns the room when he came in with that fucking bastard. And you just hear the chain link of his.
That I like
Boom.
that part.
Boom.
That-
I
every time
actually
they
thought
do
that was tight as fuck.
That's the Western part that I feel.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
wow,
Only,
only
like-
this character could blend those genres.
In the
I,
beginning of it, I feel like I didn't hear the spurs, and like later on, I feel like I hear spurs when he's walking. But like when you
Yeah.
just hear the doom, doom, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit, T-Rex Batman.
Yeah,
It's
I
smacking
didn't see
boys.
Spurs either. It might have just been all his equipment kind of like
Right.
Ah, yeah,
shaking.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's so many superhero movies now, especially with Batman. There's so many Batman movies now. I just kind of it hit me too in the movie. I was like, this is just like a different episode of Batman. Like even the animated series, there were like super serious episodes, super kooky episodes.
Yeah.
So you could put all the movies into. It just feels like that's what I really loved about the film is they didn't do the whole origin thing. It was just like
Yes.
we were just in it.
I like that.
We
Yeah.
were just in it, and they had an expectation of like, yes, the audience knows this character very well. We've done this a million times. Let's do something different.
Some people
Which
relate
one?
it to comic books. I mean, it's a comic
That's
movie
what I was
because
thinking.
there are offshoot comics that it's like, hey, this is just one random story, a different Batman that we wanted to tell for this comic.
You can put all the movies out next to each other and be like, these are different comics. Like,
Yep.
they're different, different artists, different like directors
Perspectives and
all that.
visions.
And
yeah.
that's what it did. They put a lot of different comics in it because there were small things they were took away from different Batmans as well. It wasn't like just
Yeah.
one Batman either. It's like different Batman from different comics put together, made into this whatever Robert Pattinson made into his own Batman.
That was a meme that was already told. The whole like
I don't think so.
He's a vampire, and the vampires turn into bats.
Yeah, how did you not?
I
know you weren't joking. You really didn't know.
I wasn't joking.
Syringe texted us all last night. Was just
I guess
did you guys
I didn't know
Robert Pattinson was in Twilight as a vampire, and now he's Batman?
But you never. I forgot.
Hey, we don't know. We don't know where this is in the timeline. Colin's alive forever. He could be like, you know what? I'm gonna go be a Wayne for a while. Fuck it.
He was like, Gotham's dark and gloomy. I'm gonna go do that.
I was gonna say this would be Chris's favorite Batman movie because it dealt with exactly what he's been talking about.
I was gonna say it's his least favorite, but but I guess he learns it at the end what he's supposed to do. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Spidey, do you want to kick it off? We're gonna get into it now. Spoilers.
Yeah.
We've already been saying spoilers.
The first thing that I saw that I didn't like, because it comes in, he's a badass, he's beating your ass, and I like how they introduce showing you Gotham, a bunch of crime, shitty people doing shitty things, and then you see the bat symbol, and he's been narrating the whole time. When he finally gets to the point where he flies, and I was we're gonna get the cape, and he's in a wingsuit, I was disappointed. I was that's why I was like, oh, maybe by the end of this he'll use the cape, because the wingsuit went fucking terribly. So
yeah, those are incredibly difficult to control in real life. They're notorious for causing paralysis in people that have to do it.
I like that sequence though, because it showed his like you said, he's only 2 years into it, so it showed his mistakes. You know what I mean?
That would have been
and
he
death, dude.
And one thing I noticed in terms of cinematography, they were really in love with strapping the camera onto an object and putting you into the perspective of that object. So when he was doing that wingsuit, the camera was looking at his back, and you could feel him falling down. So there were a lot of those still shots where they would attach the camera somewhere.
I don't know if it's a Matt Reeves staple, but yeah, there were a lot of just super close-ups in the whole movie. So
the car scene,
the headlight from a bike, just super zoomed in. You can see the rain washing down on it. I think the purpose is probably to just make Gotham City feel alive. When you're that close in on an object, you see every little detail of it. Things in films and scenes that you don't normally hyper focus on, but because he hyper focuses on them, you're like, oh, this is real. This is gritty. This is I don't know. It gives it more of an atmosphere, I think, with all those close-ups.
Yeah. I did feel like I learned a lot more about Gotham in this one. I knew about Gotham and how fucked up Gotham is, but I feel like they really did focus on the city in this one, knowing that it was going through this elections. So elections are a whole own thing, and then there's a corruption. We were actually going through a whole corruption, just really showed how serious Gotham needs to be revamped. And then just having as a vigilante, I was really taken aback by how afraid or scared or just people didn't like Batman. I knew he was a vigilante, then everybody understood he's a vigilante, but they were just every time he showed up, I was like, oh, this freak? I was like, what is freak about him? He's going around helping people.
He was terrifying. I was legit, every time he showed up and out of the shadows, that first fight scene, I was like, this is the best Batman introductions. Every time he kind of just comes out of the shadows, I'm like, I'm terrified.
Yeah, that's why people were scared of shadows. They're like, oh, the bat signal, he might be behind the shadows.
That was the cool scene.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Whenever they see it, they get scared of I'm going to go home.
Yeah, it's this is
I knew I'm going to take my life.
They could just keep it on. Did they just keep it on? It's we're just going to keep this bat signal on.
Yeah, I bet that's someone think they just keep that on. He's going to be out here. It's all about unmasking. I guess Riddler was trying to unmask Gotham City too. Each character in this film has an alternate persona to themselves. Batman, the Riddler, even the politicians that appear great on the outside and then they're doing backdoor deals. The city of Gotham itself is built on the Waynes and all these all this moral foundation, and then that even has a mask behind it because all the major players in the town are in the drop business, the drug business. So I don't know if that was intentional, but it seemed like Gotham itself has its own mask too. Everybody has a duality.
It seemed so Thomas Wayne basically created the
Renewal.
The new Renewal Foundation. It was 1.8 or 1.2 billion.
Something crazy.
Something billion.
Yeah.
It just kept on going too.
Right, and that was a fund. And then when he passed, that fund was just to whoever runs the city.
Yeah, everybody went after it.
And then
Falcone went after it.
Yeah, and then the crime mob got it basically. Cry, mom.
And then even Thomas Wayne's, he's not squeaky clean either. I mean, he didn't.
I mean, technically he was. He went to
Falcone.
Yeah, he didn't tell to kill him, but Falcone killed him because he wanted something over all over the Wayne. Yeah. So Thomas was fine. It's just Falcone went around it and then tried to make him.
But Thomas should have known. Like Thomas is a big billionaire in Gotham who knows Falcone. He knows the type of guy he is. Knows how Falcone gets hold of other people. He should have known that.
Yeah. And that was one mistake
obviously
he made.
he's that smart. Like he should have figured that out.
That's what Andy Serkis did tell him at the end. He was like, "Your father should have known," but he
He's Serkis.
But he didn't.
Yeah, and he should have known, and he made a mistake. Like he realized that was the one mistake he made, and that just took him down.
Yeah, that's Gollum from Lord of the Rings. Isn't that wild?
Wow.
He's Alfred now.
Yeah.
I thought, come up. Yeah, Gollum, come up.
Got him.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That just hit me now.
He's also Caesar from Planet of the Apes.
Damn.
And Matt Reeves directed a couple of those. The same director directed 2 out of the 3 of those.
Yeah, dude, you got to see Andy Serkis doing the whole walking yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Dude, he's a great actor.
Yeah, he's fucking incredible.
Yeah, he's known for his more how he can manipulate his body to play
CGI characters.
Yeah.
And such.
Yeah. They pulled a lot of characters in this movie. I actually I didn't watch trailer, so I went into this blind. I didn't know. I was like, I know Robert Pattinson's Batman. That's all I know.
Yep.
And I was just super happy that was an origin story. It's I don't want to know origin story. I know where the Batman comes from. And then just seeing Penguin and Riddler.
Catwoman.
Catwoman,
that was dope.
Catwoman, she killed it.
Yeah.
She was so good.
She was great.
I was gonna say
I think
you had
favorite.
just seen Mad Max the day before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Zoe Kravitz is one of the girls in that. I forgot. She
So good.
Michelle Pfeiffer, OG Catwoman, Anne Hathaway had a good spin on it. I kind of like how she was like, "Oh,
Halle
I'm so
Berry.
helpless," and then we don't talk about Halle Berry. And then,
Halle Berry.
this is Zoe Kravitz, probably my favorite Catwoman, just in the way she carries herself. She's the most realistic Catwoman, and I like that about her because we have yet to get that. I know Selena Kyle from Dark Knight Rises. Anne Hathaway's Selena Kyle was also grounded in realism, but this one, I don't know. She felt more damaged and authentic. As a person.
You can understand why she did what she did. You can see the motivation in there. And on top of that, I think the other Catwoman's they were kind of I guess her abilities were kind of like Batman's level. She obviously her ability wasn't Batman's level, but she still held her ground. So that was
still taking
She has her advantages.
And
I think she's a little quicker.
And her costume or mask was not very elaborate. It was just a cut up ski mask.
I think Batman's gonna give her a mask in the second movie. If we get a second movie, Robert Pattinson better give her a mask.
I love that her hat though. It's her ball is a little pointy. Clever.
Yeah, it was just you could tell that she was just essentially surviving, right? She wasn't a Catwoman, a vigilante, but more so I'm survival. This is what I need to do. Trying to find, I think the only thing I know about Catwoman is that she in this one knew who her father was, and I think in the comics she doesn't know who the father is, and there's a whole thing of trying to find the father. So it's okay, you just cut the chase so you know who it is and go from there.
I didn't know if that was canon or not.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah, I don't know
I know
which
they
one.
borrowed from a lot of different comics, like you said.
Yeah.
So it could have been the Martha Arkham thing is also borrowed from an older comic.
Oh, really?
She's part of the Arkham family that made the asylum.
Yeah.
So the girl, they're all hunting wherever they found dead. Annika. Was that her roommate, her friend? What was her significance?
I thought it was her roommate and friend.
Oh, I thought it was her girlfriend.
I thought it was a girlfriend too, but she also was I don't know. So she
I think Robert Pattinson.
I looked at it maybe as roommate. She's in the same line of work as her, so she looks out for her.
That's what I was thinking.
They both
Could
come
be.
from the same cloth a little bit.
But I don't know. I wouldn't
she was
call my
so
roommate baby or babe. I'm calling baby, you'll be fine, you'll be okay.
There could be something romantic there, not necessarily love. It's just
I mean, there was definitely some romantic between Batman and Catwoman.
Yeah.
At first I was like, you are awfully handsy, Bruce. And then I was like, oh, this is hot. Okay.
I only believed it because it's Batman and Catwoman and they're just inherently supposed to be together.
Yeah.
But from a writing perspective, it's just bitch, I've known you for 30 seconds.
It came on quick, but at the same time, they both recognized
It's Zoe Kravitz.
the same tribe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No.
I think that's why
I'm not
her charm though.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that it wasn't. It's just like if you take the costumes away, it's not as believable.
Yeah.
It's not how quickly it happened. It's not as believable. But it's again, it's an expectation for the audience to know these characters, so it's like easy to accept it that way.
I thought it was believable just because it was Catwoman and she was the aggressor, not Bruce.
Yeah, that's kind of one of her charms.
Yeah, that
right?
was her charm.
But maybe
so,
at the end she did catch feels.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming she has done that to get her way multiple times to navigate out of situations and stuff. You use what you can.
She gives him a run for his money though.
Hell yeah.
But he keeps on just like popping up on her. She's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's like, is this how you catch your thrills? Or He's like, you're not going to fuck. His voice wasn't too bad in this. It wasn't, you're going to love me. Or just a regular Batman voice. So I appreciated that too.
The one thing I guess I wasn't disappointed, but I was surprised to see that in Christian Bale, like he's Batman and he's really good Bruce Wayne as well. In this one, he was Batman essentially, and I think that could have been reason why the whole renewal fund went the way it went, because he wasn't playing the Bruce Wayne role, so he wasn't over the fund or taking care of it at all. Like, and Alfred could have done only so much. That's why the fund went to Falcon, and Falcon took over essentially was the mayor. The underground mayor of the city.
Yeah, like him not having a clue what the fuck the funds were happening. It's like this. If you would have been Bruce Wayne, you may have been able to put a handle on this.
And that's why I think this would be Chris's favorite movie, because that's exactly what he says about Batman. That's his whole criticism for Batman, and this movie finally called out that part of the character.
Gotcha, yeah.
And even at the end of the movie, he said like, I did have an impact here, but not the one I wanted. So it's like if you had just been you could have made a way more positive difference just being a billionaire.
Oh, he arguably made the city worse. He caused all that. The guy saying "I'm vengeance" at the end. I'm like, you created the Riddler. The Riddler saying like, well, we'll talk about the Riddler in a minute. Saying like we work together. I'm like, shit, maybe they did. From an outside perspective, he was the muscle for all of Riddler's.
There's literally no difference between Batman and all of his villains, just that he doesn't kill people. That's it. He's still beating your ass for no reason.
And you come back around.
Exactly.
Like, of course you're gonna come back around. It's like he didn't kill you,
and he doesn't kill people, but he hasn't reined in his entire rage yet.
No, I'm pretty sure someone got tossed off a roof.
Right? Yeah, like people died in this movie. Yeah. Indirectly, I feel like some people died in this movie, but I'm saying even when he's in a fist-to-fist fight, like at the end when he does the thing, but even at the beginning at the train station, like I think Batman, as we know him, he beats people down until they're down, and then he moves on to the next person. But sometimes he would be like,
"Oh yeah."
Right.
This was a Batman that was all vengeance.
So that's another aspect of him not being too far into his Batman role. Like he hasn't reined everything in yet.
I like that because we never see that Batman for a whole movie. We will sometimes see that Batman for a glimpse, like in the Christian Bale one. I think there was like one time where he was like overly violent. Yeah. But in this, that's his whole deal. Fuck Bruce Wayne. I don't even give a fuck about any Bruce Wayne dealings. He doesn't see the importance about maintaining that Bruce Wayne alter ego.
Which you barely see Bruce Wayne in this one. Like, there's so many times where he's in the bat suit. I was like, it's the daytime. Like, what is
that? Working?
You only see the sun go down. Like, you barely see daytime. Batman is there, and like the sun goes down in one scene, because other times it's all night every time Batman is there.
Yeah, he's a night creature. He did say that. I think it was something similar to it was like his night creature. And I think it really hit home when they were at the funeral and Bella Real, the mayor. She was the one talking to Bruce and was like, "Oh, you had your family was into philanthropy. Like you haven't done anything." It's like you haven't done anything with philanthropy. Like I will just be like Alfred, just start just give funds.
That's the shit, Chris. It's good to see him learn the lesson at the end. Like maybe I should do other stuff.
Maybe I should go to school for business.
Like actually do the stuff. Can I talk about one very funny scene of Penguin that I enjoyed?
I wish I recorded your and Pat's reaction to hearing after the movie that it was Colin Farrell.
They
were just like, what? It's perfect. That's exactly what they were going for.
I had no idea it was Colin Farrell, but like when they catch him thinking he's the rat with wings and they tie his feet and arms and then he walks like Penguin. I died. I was like, this is hilarious. Like actually like Penguin and just walking around.
There were funny little Easter eggs like that. I don't know if it was intentional either, but even Alfred was like, at the circus. His name is Andy Serkis. Probably not intentional, but I was
I mean, it's tongue in cheek for sure.
Yeah, but they got into the comedy deal.
I just really, I think Colin Farrell's performance was one of the best. I mean, not that there were any bad performances; everybody killed it. But Colin Farrell is more memorable because, like, isn't he Irish or Scottish? Or?
Yeah, he's Irish. He's like I'm Colin Farrell. I'm on
yeah. So like him, like knowing that, and then seeing the accent that he put on. I mean, it's spectacular.
He was on Hot Ones yesterday.
Hey, sweetheart!
I watched it. And he was talking about how he was so worried that the prosthetics would just block his face because actors and actresses always worry whenever they play like aliens or superheroes and shit that it blocks their face, which is your whole tool as an actor. Yeah. But he said those prosthetics were so well done that even like any micro movements that he made, you could see like that little fat whatever the fuck they put on his face.
It did not look like him at all. Like,
I thought it was actually...
it looked real. I didn't even know it was a prosthetic.
At the same time, it looked like someone that could actually exist.
That makes me so nervous. Like, no one is real anymore.
Like, seriously? The penguin from, what's his name? Who played Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
He's like a fake person. Like, I'm like, people don't
He was
look
like the
that.
comic book Penguin, but like this... again, I thought Penguin was gonna, based off the trailer, I thought he was gonna be like the main bad guy, but he was just biding his time, like because he was Falcone's lackey the whole time. He was like getting him out of the car, like driving for him. Like he was not Penguin yet. You know what I mean?
But he was still just a Cobblepot.
Yeah, but you like he was loyal, but you could always feel like he was loyal, but you could feel that like underlying like he's biding his time. He's waiting for his moment.
And I think that's what they set up in, right? Like that's what they set up in the end, that somebody else is gonna take power. Him looking over this destroyed Gotham. There's a whole pocket of like left behind. He is gonna be the one taking over that pocket.
Yeah,
I kind of like how we're doing this. We're going character by character. So if we're talking about Penguin, can we talk about the whole car chase scene? You know,
my God, yes. I was that was
I got
amazing.
you. I got you.
I can't remember an actual like a good car chase. Well, it was an okay
great
car chase, but yeah, this is an amazing one. Like,
What do you think of the Batmobile?
I liked it. It was like when you were running. When I first saw it in the trailer, I'm like, that Batmobile's trash.
Yeah.
But seeing it here, it was like a monster just coming to get you. You're like, have I lost it? It's still just coming through. It was like
made sense.
It had a terrifying element to it. It was like it was an extension of Batman.
And it was an American muscle. You felt that like roar in that car. Like it was. It was like fucking. It was like a V10 in that car.
No, that engine. Whatever the fuck that super engine he was building,
right.
That shit was incredible. I'm sure there's a game where they tell you what the engine is called, but I liked the look of the believability of the car, kind of thing. Like,
that's
he
what
just had an old
like,
body. He put some shit
But like
together.
Mickey said, like there were definitely deaths.
There's no
occurring on the highway. There were trucks flipping over.
There's a
explosions.
part where I'm pretty sure two dudes shot each other. Like,
People died.
There's no way not one person died in that traffic yet. And it's like when he shows up the next day with the cops, it's like, hey man, let's talk about what happened last night on the highway.
we chased you out of our building. Like not even a day or two
right?
ago.
Like everybody's just like,
everyone's like, there he is on the
this guy
got away again.
That was a little. That took me out of it for a second too, because I'm like, wait a minute, they were just chasing him out of the building.
Right.
Has that been forgotten already? But maybe all these major murders happening. So.
There were a lot of
How
those
did
moments
Gordon
where
even keep his job?
Huh?
How did Gordon keep his job after that?
Oh well, I mean, they made it believable because he punched him. Remember?
Yeah, and he did not pull that punch.
And then you came with him the next day.
He fucking backed him into the wall.
He was like, I did. I was like, what?
Right.
Like, you did not.
I liked shit. We talk about Gordon before the Riddler too.
Yeah, I think so. And damn near the twins, the penguin twins were kind of cool.
Gordon was solid in this movie. He had an active part to play. Same with Alfred. If we're talking about both of like Batman's helpers or human constituents.
Right.
Alfred had things to do with the ciphers, and Gordon, I don't know. You could tell this was a Gordon who literally didn't trust anybody. Like everyone around him, you don't know who's corrupt.
Yeah.
So he's just working with everything he has. It was everything Gary Oldman was as well, without outright saying it through dialogue. Like, I have to do what I have to do with what I can work with. But it was with this Gordon, you could clearly see that he's just struggling to try to do anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I enjoyed this Gordon. Like I think he was working more with Batman in this movie than I feel like in other movies they have. Maybe I've forgotten about it. But I was glad that in the end he was like, yeah, I trust you. Like, I don't trust anybody, but I trust you. It was like, oh, that's a big step to like him to trust a Batman. But like, okay, we'll go with it. I enjoyed it.
Like how you said with the animated series, that's how it used to be. Gordon come in and be like, Batman's with him, and he's just like, clear the room, and then it's like, oh, all right, well,
Let's go with this.
I'm gonna go get some coffee.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's
All
good.
right. Paul Dano as the Riddler. What do y'all think?
He was great.
I wanted to say, like, I really enjoyed, like, the color scheme of this movie, too, in that there wasn't much color. It's, like, it's a pretty dark movie in a literal sense, but not so dark that it's, like, you know, Game of Thrones unwatchable. It was well done, but what I like is they didn't rely on, like, the typical color schemes associated with certain characters. So for a Riddler movie, you would expect it to be just, like, painted in green, but like there was none of that. It was just
Neo.
It was just the symbol, and that was enough. And like the look of the Riddler, it was just something completely different. It wasn't anything like he didn't have a cane or like a hat, you know, like
all his question marks that has not happened yet. It played like a horror movie. It played like the Seven.
Riddler origin.
I like that they went like Zodiac killer with his character. It like you said, it makes it believable. Like somebody like that could exist, even as following. Like he had 500 followers, which is also believable because it's a small niche group of people that would band.
That was scarily believable.
Yeah,
like upsettingly believable.
Yeah,
because he's appealing to the people that are just like him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like he's just like the side effect of Society of Gotham, and there's more people just like that. He just took different.
You could even tell with that last lackey that was gonna shoot Batman when he was hanging off. You could see in his eyes that he's like, should I, like when he's reloading?
yeah, you're like fuck.
He seemed apprehensive about it. It's like, what am I doing? But all these people are like lonely and broken people from an orphanage or from some traumatic event in their life, and you can see they're all just lonely.
That's the thing. If you're an orphan in Gotham, you either become a vigilante or a supervillain. Like they gotta keep some parents alive or something. Man. It's getting bad out there.
Yeah. And I think that's what we can see from very beginning, right? Like the whole group at the train when they're trying to find that one guy they're gonna hit, and this one kid who has half painted, that means like he's a kid being recruited. It's like they build other criminals. Like there's a kids, they bring them in and then they become criminals because there's no other chance to be, and that's how they just grow.
I like that too. More visual show don't tell storytelling.
Yeah,
like you already know what the deal is with that gang of like
exactly
that new kid or whatever.
Yeah, but the half painted was like you knew what was happening.
Imagine
like,
your first shift as a gang member and Batman comes.
Nope, that's a sign.
Right,
Not
claps your
happening.
team.
Oh my god.
I think the Riddler was perfect for this movie. Like the very first scene in the movie, it was like a cold open to the murder of the mayor, and he's just like uses the carpet tool to just bash him. Like I think Paul Dano, which by the way, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, he's the kid that was trying to get into the Air Force.
He's also the priest in There Will Be Blood.
Yeah,
and that's one. He plays that. He plays that kind of character really well. Like,
I think he definitely could have gone Jim Carrey with it, like how Jim Carrey's Riddler was very like riddle me this and like super crazy. But he's building to it. Like right now he's unhinged type of mentally unstable. Yeah. But I could totally see him playing that Riddler in the future that's a little more composed and like
after he
when
he met his buddy at the end, I'm thinking he gets a little loony.
His buddy. We'll talk about it later.
Like when you saw a little bit of that come out in the coffee shop when they finally arrested him and he was like, which ID is it? He's like, you tell me. No, he isn't it was Paul Dano?
Paul Dano.
Yeah, he plays that kind of like creepy kind of character like really, really, really well.
Like he's got underlying mental stability
He
issues.
was really good. I think in the scene where he was when he got caught and then he was just talking from the two-way mirror, like the emotions that you see in his face, like he went from like highs and lows, that's how people are like. On that spectrum, so like,
that's not how it's supposed to go. Like it's supposed to go this way, and it was like all hyped and happy. I loved it. I loved this Riddler. I have not seen Jim Carrey Riddler. It's what?
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. I bet.
You used to want to be a criminal psychologist, right?
Yeah.
So that might Mindhunter and that kind of thing.
Exactly, like Zodiac. Like I loved when I saw the whole puzzle things. Like there's like a Zodiac. Like I love those kind of psychological thrillers. So like that's really having the mystery, like having cipher or something to like decipher, and then we're trying to figure out who did it. And in the end, it was just a big mystery. And I don't think there was any moment that it felt odd or anything. It wasn't like, oh, they're reaching it. Like, no, they all made sense. They all connected. It all came together. At least for me, it all came together. It's like, okay, I see where you're going.
The clues weren't like overly hokey. And like, oh, this is a movie. That would never happen. It was like, they were grounded in realistic clues. It wasn't like something super off the wall.
Yeah, and it was really to the Batman, so Batman could be in there for the detective.
The errata thing, can you clarify that for me? It was the rat with wings, right? What did it actually end up being? It's La Errata.
La Errata.
It ended up, I mean, they were trying to guess, like, because it could have been the penguin, it could have been the bat, but it ended up being Falcon.
So they were thinking about Pigeon, who's
God
like
damn it, bro.
literally like a rat. Pigeon is like a rat.
Stool pigeon, which is Stitch.
Yeah.
Come on, Riddler.
like
You know, there's 3 different types of creatures that it could have applied to.
Speaking of clues, though, out of any Batman movie, this was the Batman movie where all of the characters in the movie, like, there was enough context to be like, yeah, Bruce Wayne is definitely Batman. Like,
yes.
100%.
Oh my God,
like,
yes.
I don't believe that the Riddler didn't figure that out at the end. You know what I mean? And even when, like, the explosion goes off at Bruce Manor and there's a letter, like, to the Batman, like, any police there would have been like,
Yeah.
actually, hold on. Oh, yeah, the bottom of your chin.
Especially with the type of Bruce Wayne that he is, like a recluse. Like, oh, Bruce Wayne, you showed up. Oh, finally. Like, he only comes out
like,
when it's selfish to him. Like, Alfred says, Bruce, you're gonna make a public appearance. He's like, well, of course, the Riddler might be there.
Yeah.
You fucking man.
We should skit that, like, 2 cops, like, riding in a car and one guy being like, you ever think about Bruce Wayne's chin? Like, it's just real. I don't know. I just feel like it's just really distinctive. Like,
everything he has is in black.
Yeah. The fact that he puts the black around his eyes is great because it makes him more expressive while he's wearing the mask. You can see not just his eyes, but you see like this whole area.
Yeah.
Because it's black, it looks like it's part of the mask. But then when he like is surprised or angry, you can see all those little micro expressions around his eyes.
I kind of wish that the Riddler did, because as smart as the Riddler was, I don't buy that he didn't figure out that Bruce Wayne was.
But he did though. He
did.
In
No,
the
he didn't.
end.
No,
But he was
That's
like,
what he
Bruce
did. We were
Wayne.
hearing him say that, thinking that he knew it, but then
They
at the
flipped
end,
it.
yeah, he was just like, he was saying it as if this is the target, like it wasn't.
Yeah.
The telling line was we almost got him too. We got everyone else.
Because Batman was
Batman,
frozen.
like,
He was
taking a
like
deep
freaking
breath,
out, and then when he said that line, he was like,
He's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But-
I thought I was going to kill everybody in this bitch.
Interesting. I don't know. I thought he was like provoking him to like Bruce Wayne. Like, I know it essentially, but at the same time not giving him right away. Like, I do know because he did tell him oh my God. Okay, I have to rethink it because I really thought Riddler knew where he lived because he told him, I'm gonna get you, and then Alfred was able to open up that package. He was get it, and then
It doesn't quite. Yeah, because like, why would he put that at the Wayne Manor? Oh, well, I mean, he was also mad at Thomas Wayne. So,
but
like,
he put
it's-
to the
Bruce Wayne
sins of
was
sins
the
of the
target.
father, sins
and
of
that
the
makes
father.
sense too. Like little rich white kid gets all the attention. Rich billionaire son gets all the attention for being an orphan when there's all these other orphans out there that don't
Right.
get the light of day.
Yeah.
He was just going to kill him.
Yeah. So
And also
and
Bruce
he
Wayne had been
put to
doing
the
it.
Batman at every crime scene too. So it wasn't too much of a stretch. But yeah, the Riddler should have figured that out, and so
Especially the
could have
Riddler.
a lot of people.
He still won though. Like this movie ended with no victory. I mean,
he did what he
I think
wanted.
the
Riddler
city
won.
was destroyed. So
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It was
Riddler
destroyed.
succeeded.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
knew that he was gonna go in jail, so he did everything.
yeah,
It's
like,
like,
fuck it. I'm done.
The Riddler
I'm making new
is
friends.
probably going to be the reason why Bruce Wayne finally comes out and starts being Bruce Wayne now.
yeah.
That'd be
He's
good.
gonna
Because
rebuild the
Batman
city.
Bruce Wayne is the mask.
Right.
That's why I like this movie was 90% Batman and not Bruce, because Bruce is the mask that Batman wears.
Yeah.
So tell me again. So I'm like still stuck on that. So he says Bruce Wayne. What other line does he say?
He kept saying Bruce, and then you're thinking that he knows, but
Yeah.
then he says we almost got him too. We got everyone else.
Because he was like, Batman, we got all these people. And then
But
he's talking about
okay.
Bruce,
because
and
he
we
was
almost
like,
got
you're
him
part
too.
of this too. So he thought he was working
Damn.
with Batman the whole time, and he's like, dang
to
it,
the light.
you know.
I mean, everything in the movie was leading up to
Yeah,
Riddler
him
knowing.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
seemed like it, but like he was being targeted specifically because he's Bruce.
That's weird because
So-
for some reason, like when Riddler told Batman, like, oh, I didn't think you was like this smart, because Batman didn't figure out what Riddler plan was in the end until he took the carpet off. So I just assumed at that point that Riddler knew who he was, and then at that point, Batman wasn't smart enough to know what Riddler's plan was. So I guess they both kind of didn't get the last piece. But
Ballsy move by Riddler, by the way, if we're talking like poor infrastructure problems. I'm just gonna blow them all up and show the city all of its problems right away.
He won, but he also effectively made worse for the people that he's like where he came from. You know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
He made an even playing field in his mind for.
No, I'm saying like when we restructure the city, like all the funding is gonna go towards like he's fighting for the orphans and like the lepers of like Gotham, but like they're gonna be taken care of last. So like he's made it worse for the people that he's fighting.
I think the new mayor though at the end had a quick little speech scene where she said, "We not only need to rebuild the city physically, but
the trust,
the integrity of the city too." So I think what he did still has an effect because he mostly wanted to uncover the hypocrisy of the whole political side, or like the whole good side of Gotham that is not actually good at all. It's just rotten to the core.
And I think this might be where Bruce Wayne comes in and actually do the philanthropy work and able to set up an orphanage, like be able to not have the kids die because it's too cold, or actually be able to use that money for something good, hopefully.
Yeah, I want to see Robert Pattinson play Bruce Wayne that way. Like, I want to see him play the suave, handsome ladies man. Bruce.
So then they just flipped it. This was an origin story. This is Bruce Wayne's origin story.
Essentially,
as okay, that's cool.
When he learns how to properly rebuild Gotham instead of just beating people to a pulp. Use some money.
So I guess like from 2 years, Batman's been at the steering wheel and Bruce Wayne has been behind, and now Bruce Wayne kind of gonna take 50-50.
And I think Riddler is the first villain he's ever encountered. Now, 2 years of doing this, fighting petty crimes and like random bank robberies and shit. Yeah. Now he's created this other persona.
Joker was already in
Arkham.
He was, but he could have been for any number of reasons there.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that was definitely Joker.
Yeah, so that was Joker, right in the end. Let's just talk about it.
I'm like, man, so first off, I'm like, dude, do we need another Joker? Like, Joaquin was great.
I feel like they're not going to make him like a main villain. Like, it'll be Joker. They're got another Scarecrow, which will be...
It would have been nice if it was Two-Face.
If we're gonna say,
because his face looked like it was like
it did for a second.
That's what I was thinking it was gonna be.
What?
Yeah, Two-Face.
Two-Face
because it looked like
until when you guys said it was Joker, then it made more sense. But I thought it was gonna be Two-Face.
I mean, he's literally saying like he said the word
clown.
That's
what
it gave away.
And the laugh.
And then it looked like the old hairstyle.
Unfortunately, like the Joker, I feel like is just so like Joker.
He's so intertwined in the
Joker and Batman are like. You know, it's
yin and yang.
It's that like forbidden love story kind of thing. They're two sides of the same coin. So like, if we ask like, do we need another Joker? Then we really should be asking like, do we need another Batman? You know?
Yeah, that's true. There has to be a Joker.
I want a montage of just his minor villains. Like we said, Man-Bat yesterday.
Man-Bat.
Clayface.
Let's get Clayface.
Let's get all of them. That'd be great. Then like just a quick 5 minutes montage.
Right, he just smacking people to a pulp.
Hey,
I think Clayface would be a way bigger villain. And something happens in here that the existence of Bane makes me think he's already here.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, or will be.
Yeah, Bane has to be.
Why?
Because
what made
of the
it?
shot he
Because
took
he
at
takes
the
a
end.
venom.
Was it Venom or was it steroid?
That green stuff is Venom. That's why he got rage mad. Like,
yeah, I'm thinking it was. I mean, even whatever they explain it as, that was definitely a tongue in cheek to like this.
Yeah,
this
Bane might be here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Joker was played by the guy who plays Druig in The Eternals. Remember that kid?
Yeah, because apparently it was leaked. His brother got drunk and leaked it that he was
Oh,
playing
really?
Joker. It was the funniest leak ever. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, my brother is playing Joker. I was like, fuck you, man.
Yeah, like, I'm never telling you anything.
Right?
Probably
so
broke
funny.
an NDA by telling
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason I know, because it's like just such a funny leak, and then it's like, oh, okay, I didn't know they casted a new Joker, because I thought they were gonna use the Joker from the Joker movie. They could, right? Like the Joker from the Joker movie, him.
Joaquin Phoenix.
I think it's a different.
That was.
See, I think that also is a whole different Gotham entirely as well.
But
It's a different team. Right?
Yeah, it's not connected. This
it's
is
not
like
the same?
This is like a different. I would say it's a different
Guys,
Gotham.
Different
just
company. That
bring
made
in
it.
the same plane.
Yeah.
Do what Marvel is doing. Build
Yeah.
it up all
Honestly,
together.
I'm with you on
I
that.
disagree. I like that this is different. Like,
kinda-
do
yeah.
we need another Marvel thing to know like pantheons of movies? to
Yeah.
Yeah, Marvel
Like,
has
yes, I could
made
be
a
like-
standard.
Because
for
eventually
comic
we
book
could have
movies.
DC versus Marvel together all.
I mean, that'll definitely happen one day. I'm pretty damn sure it's gonna happen one day. But for now, I can tell Corey or some non-interested super like I bathe in superhero jizz every day type of person.
We'll be able to
that,
watch
like,
Joker.
Hey, you can just watch this.
Yeah.
Watch the Joker
Fair.
and it's fine. You can just watch the Batman, it's fine.
Fair
But
enough.
like, you know, it can still be connected through the multiverse.
That
Anything's
whole
possible.
the whole final sequence of the movie in the rafters. I was thinking
love that.
I was thinking of Arkham.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like an Arkham
Oh my
level.
God,
it was
dude.
like
Apparently
the
they
old
borrowed
fight in the
fight
Arkham.
styles from the Arkham games.
you got to play the Arkham games, man. They're
Yeah.
fucking
Beautiful.
phenomenal.
Done.
Phenomenal.
They hold up still.
Batman
they-
only has a few moves because like he even looks his fight scenes in this movie look similar to Christian Bale's because like he only has a few moves in his arsenal. He has to do like the whole boom chop to get the gun down. Like he always goes for like the chop to get rid of like the firearm, and then it's a lot of elbows and fists.
Because he had it had a special like gear on his arms too, so it makes sense that he was using that more often. I was using like Hapkido more of like style, but Robert Pattinson, his hair, it just annoyed me so much. But at the same time, it made sense why he kept it under, because he had the mask the whole time. In the morning, he just wanted something to cover his face, like he put sunglasses on, and then otherwise, like he had like hair that was covering his like a bang like covering his face.
Yeah.
Only his chin.
Yeah, like it made sense, but like I enjoyed Christian Bale's hair better.
I think mostly because again we didn't get that light Bruce Wayne energy, which
was
is
just
it's
bad.
fake energy, but it's like somewhat comedic relief. This movie is just pure misery, like, and it's not a bad thing because that is Gotham.
Gotham
That is
sucks.
Batman. Like Gotham is a worthless city to fight for. Yeah, Batman
Yeah.
fights for it, and that was portrayed well, but. There are zero moments of levity in this movie, aside from Penguin being fucking hilarious.
I will say though, I would love
Penguin's
to go
great.
to that bar. That club was popping.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was like you didn't even know it was a club
The
from
Iceberg-
outside, and you
Iceberg
iceberg, you
Lounge.
open, it was like, what?
Those twins. Are
Yeah,
good.
they were
A
really
club
hard.
within a club.
Club within a club.
And then
Like,
there's
yeah.
another club underneath or something. Like,
Yeah, it was insane. Twins were hilarious.
Yeah.
You know who I am.
Yeah. Well,
Shuts the door. It's like, yeah, see, I told you. Bring
Yeah.
the money back.
the overall plot I think was solid. You know, Riddler's plan was pretty evil, diabolical. He ended up winning in the end. The shots I think make the movie. My favorite shot was near the end when he has the flare and he's leading.
Oh,
leading
yeah.
everybody out of water. It's like this
Yeah.
overhead shot.
That was
I'm like,
cool.
man, the color and everything. This is just a really artistic shot. And then it
tight.
faded into the city of Gotham with the peninsula jutting out of the city and the sea, and it was like a perfect representation because the people turn
Following
into
him.
the skyline, which like the people are Gotham. So I
Or
feel
his
like
cape.
that was it was such an artistic shot. I'm like,
The other one really enjoyed. I forgot where it was. Like when they were fighting in dark with guns, and guns are going
Oh,
off.
the hallway.
Yeah, the hallway.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Damn.
Scene.
That was
like,
hype.
this is going
That shit
on.
was
Like, yeah.
terrifying.
you know what it reminded me of? The hallway scene with Darth Vader in
Yeah.
Rogue One. So and he has slight Empire theme. They really wanted Batman to look like
Menacing,
The-
scary.
yeah.
Like,
fearful.
I mean, yeah, so was Darth Vader was also menacing, terrifying, and that the music did it, man. The music really did help that shit out. And then just hearing the thud of his boots when he's coming, like, you need to get out of there. And people were not running fast.
Did you guys like the music?
Yeah.
I loved
Would
it.
you
Yeah.
say
I
the
thought the music was
composer's
good.
pretty talented?
Oh, yeah.
And anything the composer has worked on in the past is also equally as full of
Who's the
talent.
composer?
It's Michael Giacchino,
Oh
baby.
my god!
Lost, baby.
I was like, you building up to something? Tell
Lost
us.
did have a good. Oh god, what's the
Like a
main?
score?
Life and Death. I don't know.
No, the
There's a
main
lot
thing.
of good.
Like the
Little
one that
jingles.
plays at the end. The
Oh, yeah, it's called Life and Death.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I did want to have a point to bringing it up. Michael Giacchino has been doing Disney movies, like he did Up, he did Lost, he did all the Spider-Man trilogy, the latest Spider-Man trilogies. And so this is such a different sound than anything he's ever done. Because everything is always happy-go-lucky and like whimsical. You know, Spider-Man has some dark moments, but it's not this. So this is something like Michael Giacchino ventured into outside his comfort zone, and I really do appreciate that for him because
You did great.
yeah, he has a niche and he stepped out of it and it still was good.
Yeah.
Even if it sounded like the Empire theme.
It just never fully got to
Yeah.
the Empire
Yeah.
thing. Like, he never crossed the line.
You tried, but
He didn't execute Order 6.
Like Star Wars fans, they're like, oh.
I actually didn't even hear that until you guys started saying it.
real?
I didn't hear it.
I heard it with the first intro when it first came out.
until you said it, and now I can't unhear it.
I don't know, I enjoyed the movie overall. Like I actually wouldn't have gone watched it if I didn't go with Normies, but I actually really enjoyed it. And as for a DC movie, it was good. I just based on all the other DC movies that come out, my expectations were low. It's like watching Batman, Superman, and then your expectations so low, and you watch Suicide Squad. It's like, oh, this was a good movie. It's like, oh, okay, like this is actually was. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
I get what you guys feel though. Like you want it to be connected because it's cool. It's cool when you can see all of them like bouncing in between. But since they don't have a plan and they tried to already follow Marvel and failed, I'm like, all right, just do your own thing. Like see what happens.
Yeah, no, I'm also enjoying like the disconnected movies, but I think they might be getting into the show genre now because I think it's rumors right now. I don't know if it's confirmed yet, but I think they're teeing up Penguin for a show.
Nice. Yeah,
Colin Farrell.
Yeah. I do think the movie might have been a little too long. I think some scenes could have been cut, or just some like scenes of it walking to the scene, the dialogue. But also that helps the atmosphere of Gotham. And then I do think the not having an R rating held it back because the Zodiac killing or the Riddler killings would have been far more gruesome.
Oh yeah,
and like actual like more horror instilled.
I
R rating.
The one with the head blew off. I didn't expect it to be a bomb. I thought it was gonna be like a clean cut, and then we see the head fall off, something like that.
I expected the head to just.
And we didn't even see Gordon's partner when he got apparently killed. We didn't even see his face. It's like apparently does something bad happen. I was like, who is it? I was like, who are you talking about? I was like, oh, show us the face.
I think they could have done the R rating. This makes it more, PG-13 makes it more. Yeah, because like it was dark, but it should have just gone all the way.
Yeah,
it should have just gone all the way.
I feel like if it went all the way, and I think I probably would have liked it a little bit better.
Yeah. I guess they just wanted to keep bring those kids, right? Like kids love Batman, so you can't really make it too of R rated, and then parents go bring their kids. We can't watch this.
Yeah. At the same time, I don't see any kid enjoying this movie though. Like it's so long.
It was long. There was a kid there.
I see.
Yeah. I mean, they literally crossed us. Like there was a kid in there. Like we have to let them go. Oh
yeah, fucking kid came 3 times.
They came right away.
God damn it! Hold your fucking piss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to pee at the beginning of the movie, and I was like,
and like the kid.
It was during an action.
That's when the kid came.
I can't remember where the car came in. With the dude strapped to it, who had the bomb strap. It drove into the procession, and then
if I was the dad, I'd have handed him a cup and be like, "You're gonna learn today."
I was like, "Bro, you stupid fucker! God damn it, stop drinking that damn."
The dude next to me was pissed because he was like going like this, and the dad just wouldn't cross. So my view was just obstructed the whole time. So it was like, you don't have enough room. Hear like sighing, get up.
He's like, you and your shitty kid.
Also, I could hear Spidey and Mickey like thinking it was a reaction because whenever we watch things together, it's so easy to fall. I even was doing it too. Like I'm like, God damn, he killed people.
Yeah,
we're in it.
I never heard Mickey talk so much.
I don't do it on purpose, man. I'm just black.
It's easy to slip into that.
I think
when you react for a living.
If I had something in my hands, it would have been worse. Like if I have popcorn, I'll talk. I don't know. I'm just oh shit, boy, look at you. It's embarrassing.
The trailers you have to though. You gotta be like, that sucked. And be like, ooh, that's good.
No, the funniest part was the movie starting and then Spidey opening up his nacho bag. I was like, dude, we watched 10 minutes of a trailer. You're just now gonna open this bag? Like literally Warner's Brothers, like Dark Knight. So like, oh God, Spidey.
It's like the dun dun.
Yeah. The loudest it can be, and I think everybody around was like, "What's happening?"
Because after you open the bag, I have to pour them into this plastic bag.
And he tried to do it slowly. I was like, "No, it's just gonna happen."
We saw it in true IMAX. I highly recommend the big screen, and we got a bat signal drink.
Yes,
it was like, let's try our mixed drink, the bat signal. I'm like, yeah, sure, this is good, but like, how is this the bat signal?
Yeah, it was just like
what was wrong?
It was a red drink.
Oh, that'd be cool if they could get like the whole symbol in there. Like, oh, okay.
It was just a pink drink.
In a cup that's hard to hold.
Like not even a color that would be associated with. Like if it was like a completely black drink, like yeah, okay, that's a Batman.
Yeah, I would have even done like a Riddler thing with a question mark or something.
Yeah,
they could have made it green. It was just a pink drink.
They missed opportunity.
It's what they serve every day. That day it was called the Bat.
They have cups that didn't fit in the cup holder.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I guess I'm holding this like I'm at a fucking cocktail.
Like, give me a straw. I'm like walking with like a plastic martini glass. Like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh my God.
That was kind of fancy though.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Overall, I think y'all should go see the movie.
You should go watch it. It's
You
good.
should.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not bad. It's good.
I can't put a number rating to it, but
I can.
What
Go
is
for
it?
If I had to.
If I had to give it a number, it would probably be a 6.5 or a 7
Out of 10?
out of 10.
That low?
That's good. It's
not
pass.
bad.
That's
just
B.
over
above
half.
average.
B.
above
Like I said, it's
average.
not amazing. It's not bad. It's
For Pat,
good.
it's above
that's
average.
like a C.
Yeah.
But it's still.
Oh, it's a
above
C.
I give it a
7.
I give it an 8. I give it an
No, I was
8.
gonna give it an 8.
No, that is. Yeah, that's
8.
8.
8. Okay.
Eight and a
I'm
half.
only a 7. I'm a 7 voter. I like 7, but I'll give it an 8.
Yeah.
I'm like 7.5, 8. I guess I'll give it an 8.
I enjoyed it. I'll definitely see it again because I know there's stuff I missed that I want to pick apart.
See, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it again.
I won't watch it.
How would you
It was
not
too long.
I would probably like
Movies are
skip
getting
through,
so long now.
I'll
What
probably
is it?
skip through some
Bollywood?
scenes.
feel that?
I think we need to go back as a people to shorter movies.
I went to 45 minutes.
Yes.
What, you want a show?
Yes, I want a show.
There's a meme about that where they're like, "Will you watch a
Bite-sized
10-hour
content
movie?"
from
And they're
Groovy
like, no.
Hubs.
I will
And then
watch
they're
10-hour show.
Will you watch 10 episodes of something? Yeah.
I will binge watch a show. I can't sit through a movie. It's just too long.
Yeah, I was at one point I was moving around too much. Like, oh my god, damn, my leg is cramping up now.
Yeah.
But yeah, go watch it, guys. It's
Go
great.
watch it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The Batman.
The Batman.
Yay.
Robert Pattinson is.
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson is the Batman. Cedric Diggory is back. He's alive.
He is
Yeah.
all
Love it.
along. All right, guys. Well, see ya. Have a good
Peace.
one.
Bye.